welcome to Mr. DKTV. This time I got to share something with you. Today is a release of my latest plugin called Majestic Fire. It's a drum plugin for your DAW, and here are some sounds. This video is brought to you by my sound company
Sounds Premium.
Check it out. Before we start, I just want to let you know that you can comment this video with a fire emoji for Majestic Fire, and then you will get a discount code only this week. So comment down below fire and I will send you a discount code directly. Now I'm in my DAW. I have chosen my MPC software, and let's start with the first rhythm that I have produced. All drum sounds are included in Majestic Fire. All the other sounds that you are hearing are coming from my Reggae dancehall expansion for MPC, which is also available for MPC users. Run the rhythm. This is a plugin. Now you have listened to one of the drum kits, which is called Modern Roots 02. And we have a deeper look at the other kits as well. But for now I want to explain the plugin. It's very simple. So here we have a reverb which you can turn on and off. So this is indicating this light right here that it is turned on. Then I have a mix knob, a size knob, a damping knob and a width knob. So the mix knob is of course to dial in the amount of reverb you want to have in your mix. And then you have the size of the reverb, so the room size, so how long is the sustain of the reverb. Then we have a damping function which is responsible for making the reverb less audible. So with this we can dial in very extreme values with maximum damping, which is like this. And if we turn this anti-clockwise, we have no damping going on as an extreme value. And if we double click on this, we have a neutral setting which is in the middle. So the width is the stereo width, so there we can decide how stereo wide our reverb shall sound. So width which is very close to 0, there we have a mono reverb going on. And if we put it to the max, we have it all in stereo, so very broad and very wide. So this is how it is. So I can also show you some things. We can tune the drums as well, so each individual drum. So here we have the kick, and every time when I trigger the kick I have a green light going on, so that I know, okay, this is my kick sound, so that I know which drum I am playing. And I can tune this drum, so I can use my MIDI keys as well to play the drums, of course. So this is our kick, and now I can tune it up or down. So I can also dial in a sound that I like. And when I want to put it back, I just double tap. So now it is back to the neutral position with no tuning on, and the original tune is playing. I can also pan it to the left completely, like this, or to the right completely. But the bass drum, usually I just leave it like it is in the middle field. So it is the bass sound, and there I don't have panning going on. Of course, with the other drums I'm doing this. So here's the snare drum. And the snare drum is panned a little bit to the left side. I can make it more obvious. I can put it like that, for example. And now it is more on the left side than before. And I have a hi-hat sound, a closed hi-hat. Of course, we have other sounds going on, like a loose hi-hat, like this, or an open hi-hat, which is sounding like this. And with this I can also do the panning, of course. Here it is slightly panned to the right. I can do it even more like this. So now it is more obvious. And the same goes on with all the other drums. We have a high tom, a middle tom, a low tom, and a floor tom, of course. And we have a timbale. So this is hitting on the rim, but we also have a center hit. There are different articulations. And we have a crash cymbal, a low one and a high one, like this. This is a stack sound cymbal 02. So it depends on the kit that you have loaded up. So we have 8 different drum kits. We have a level meter going on the right side. There you can see. And I can tune down the main gain, for example. Then I'm turning down the volume of the whole instrument. I can put it back up like this. So as you can see, I can have full control over this. And I can also mute certain drums. When I mute the bass drum, for example, and I trigger the key, there is no sound coming through anymore. So I can mute certain drums that I want to mute out for mixing reasons, for example, or play around with this. And yeah, we have a keyboard going on right here where we can trigger all the notes. And yeah, when I play them, they are highlighted so that I know which note I am playing. I have used a general MIDI drum mapping. The layout is like this. We have the kick on C1. So right here on the next note, we have the side stick or cross stick. Then we have the snare as a center hit. Then we have a frizzer snare sound, which is a bounce sound. I will do the panning in the middle again. So this is a bounce, and all sounds are velocity sensitive. So if I hit a pad very softly, it's like this. So the playing feel is very natural. And we have, of course, frizzer drums. This is the snare sound, which is a rim sound, and this is also a sound variation of the snare sound that is included and which is very important in reggae music. We also have a timbale. I will show you this as well, but step by step. So on the next key we have this one here, which is the tom. We have here the closed hi-hat. So on the black keys we have the hi-hat sounds. So this is closed. Then we have the loose sound, and we have the open sound. Again, the closed sound, the loose sound, and the open hi-hat. So with this you can have the hi-hat pattern going on in the way where the drummer would play it in a similar style, you know? Yes. And then we have a further drum. We have the tom, of course. This is the floor tom. And after the floor tom, we have a high floor tom. And then we have the low tom pitched like this. And then we have the low tom pitched a little bit higher. So if you will, a high pitched low tom. And then we have the middle tom right here. And this is the high tom. So we have, in this case, it is a low pitched middle tom. And this is a high pitched middle tom. And here is the high tom. So these are the toms that I have. And in addition to that, we have on the black key right here, we have the crash sound. And then next sound is this one right here, which is the symbol 02, as you can see. Then we have a timbale right here and the rim sound of the timbale. So this is very reggae-like, you know. And then we have some outputs. So we have 16 outputs right here where you can choose your audio output that you want to use. If you want to route it to different audio outputs for mixing purposes, then you can do it like that. Or the way how I'm doing it, I can just load up more plugins. So let's say I have 8 drums, I can load up 8 different plugins. So 8 times this Majestic Fire plugin, which is working fine. I have no CPU issues, by the way. Everything is disk streamed, so we have disk streaming implemented right here, so that the drums are played very quickly in a very good style, so that there is no loading latency or anything. A further feature we have is this velocity curve right here, which is set up as normal, and you can put it to strong. So with this you can influence the way how you are triggering your keys. So when I put it to strong, for example, I don't need so much force to hit on the keys. If I put it to weak, I have to put way more force into it to trigger the note, you know? If you are a person that is hitting the keys very hard and they shouldn't trigger that soon, then you should put it to weak. But I put it to normal because I'm in the middle, and that's why we have different velocity curves. Now we can listen to all these different kits. I will start with Modern Roots 02 again, and then we compare this kit to the other ones. Now we dial in the next one, which is Power to the People. And now we come to the next one, which is Sabi Kit 01. And then we have Sabi Kit 02. And then we have the Timeless Dub Kit. vintage feel. This is bright and tight. Very interesting. There is a mini snare in this set. I love it. So this is really nice, very unique. So the next kit we have is Modern Roots 01. Yes, and what's very cool is that all these kits are really cutting through the mix. So I have tried it in several rhythms, so if you put up these drums, they are cutting through. So I have just used a little bit of EQing and not much other things. So EQing was the main thing that I have done. Just a little bit of compression in the overhead mics, left and right, and in the room mic, for example, but not in the drums itself, so that they have a very dynamic character and that they are cutting through the mix, which is very important for reggae music, and especially when it comes to the rhythm, that the drum set is really cutting through the mix, you know, because reggae is a very rhythm-based genre where you have very much bass going on, and the drum set is very important. That's why the drum set has to come through, has to cut through the mix, and this is something that I have realized with Majestic Fire. And I'm really proud of this plugin because I spent months into it and it's very amazing. So I will use this plugin a lot in my next years of reggae production. I will use this plugin, and this is for sure, because this plugin is really the thing. That's why I have done it, because I was always looking for new reggae kits. Of course there are several plugins out there, but with this I guarantee you, you will love this plugin. So check it out. There's a link down below in the video description, and don't forget to comment to get an additional discount, and please also subscribe to my newsletter. You can also find a link in the video description. So that's it for now. See you next Sunday, 9 o'clock, Mr. DK TV. I'm out of here. Blessings.